right, so I am back, and today I want to talk about divination because, um, actually, the main reason why I want to talk about divination is because I want to talk about pendulums. So, I I want to show you like some of the pendulums that I'm going to be selling on my little shop. So let me see if I can just get this open. So I think there's like maybe like 10 of them, at least 10 of them. So I have these crystal pendulums. I really like the crystal pendulums. I know they have some that are made from metal. They have like, just different ones, but I really like the crystal ones. So this one is Carrot Jasper, and they are real. This one is Black and White Tourmaline. And then I have Blue Aventurine. It's kind of hard to see, but it is blue. It's just dark. I don't want to take them out of the package yet. I have Miriam Jasper. This one is really, really pretty. I have Quartz. Now, this looks like regular, like just plain regular quartz, but it's actually rose quartz, and the color is not like super strong, but it does look white on the camera, but it's a very, 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 very pale, pale pink rose quartz. And then I have black agate. This one is red unakite. I don't know anything about unakite. And then I have snow quartz. This one's actually kind of white. And black tourmaline. Hi. And then I also have green aventurine. I love green aventurine. I just think that is so pretty. Look at that beautiful color. ASMR. I'm not trying to do ASMR on purpose. It's not really meant to be an ASMR video. Serpentine. Ooh, I like this. I don't know why I like the green. I like the green pendulums. So, and like part of the reason why I don't want to actually take them out is because some of them look very similar and I don't want to mix them up. Like these two look similar, but this one is more solid. And then like the black tourmaline and the black agate, like they look very similar. Like they kind of look the same to me. And I don't want to like mistake it for obsidian and like sell it on my shop as like obsidian or something like that. So yeah, those are the ones that I have, and I'm gonna put them up on my shop. And they are actually going to come with a little book. It's going to come with like a little pendulum reading book, like guidebook or whatever. I'm also going to have an ebook for people that, they just want the book. They don't really care about how much is it going to be. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I don't know, like, it's going to depend on how much it's going to cost to print the book, because when I sell these, I want it to come with like an actual booklet, and I don't know like how much it's going to cost for me to print it because I'm not finished writing the little booklet. Of course, it, depends on like how many pages it is, and like if I decide to use color or if I just keep it black and white. But a big part of that is going to depend on like how much it costs to make the little booklet. And then I'm not sure if I want to make a card to go with it. I have to think about that. Or a pendulum chart. I have this book, and it has like different pendulum charts in it. And I don't know if I want to make one to go along with it and the book. I'm not really sure. So, you know, it'll be kind of like a cute little bundle deal, but I'm just not sure how much it's going to cost to print the book. That's going to be like a big factor in that. But I want it to be affordable, so it's gonna start at like $10. I don't want it to, it's not gonna be more than $30. I think $30 is kind of a lot. Like it'll probably be, I don't know, it'll be less than 30. You get like a crystal pendulum, you get a book, and you get possibly a pendulum chart. Okay, somebody needs to be blocked. How do I block people on here? Remove. It just says message deleted. I don't want to delete the message. I want to delete the person. How do I delete people out of here? Oh yeah, put user in timeout. Bye. I don't really know what that means. Okay, I don't know what it means to be timed out. Like, does it mean that they can't comment, or does it mean that they can't, you know, view my video? I don't know, but I put somebody in timeout. Okay. Thank you for the compliment. All right. So yeah. And then I have this book. I wanted to show this off. I just wanted to, they can't comment for a while. Okay, well good, because I don't want to see their comments. So you know, today's live is about divination. So I showed you the little pendulums that I'm gonna have on my store. I am gonna have a book on like how to use a pendulum, how to like how to cleanse it, how to build a relationship with your pendulum, like all that kind of stuff. And like a little bit about the history of it and everything like that. So it's just gonna, I got timed out before. That was not nice. Well, I'm not timing you out. I timed somebody else out. But anyway, so it's gonna have like all of that stuff in the book, and then I might possibly do one of these pendulum charts. But I wanted to talk about divination today because I realized that I have like so many divination tools, and since this is like more of like a spiritual channel, I just thought it would be cool just to show some of them. So I have my own pendulum. I didn't even really get prepared for the video. The pendulum's out of reach, but it's just a clear quartz pendulum. All right, so the pendulum charts, like if you use a pendulum, definitely get something like this. This is volume 1. I don't know what the other volumes look like, but this is by Dale Olson. And it's really easy to follow. It gets straight to the point. I hate when you have like a book that's supposed to be like a reference book and they want to have like 1,000,001 introduction pages. Like it has instructions here, and then it just gets straight to the point. So I'm going to kind of show you like a little bit of what is in here. So there's a master chart. So what it has is, oh my gosh, it basically just has everything on here. So if you wanted to do like a pendulum reading, but you're not sure what you want to do a reading on, you can use this and it'll point to one of these. This is like yes, no, probability, quantity. So you can get really, really specific. Time factor. So it has like months and weeks. This is really good. If you use a pendulum, you need to get this book because yeah. Vitamin chart. If you want to ask like health related stuff, essential and trace minerals. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find something a little bit more interesting. even like food supplement chart, antioxidants. So, because a lot of people like to use crystals to like heal parts of themselves. So it starts to go into the words on the tip of my tongue, you know, like herbal remedies and stuff like that. Um, so even has herbal remedy charts on here too. So yeah, this has everything. There's like so much on here. So like literally anything that you could possibly ask about, you're gonna find a chart on it. What's going on emotionally, personal motivator. What am I telling myself? Who is involved? Ooh, if you want to get the tea, use this one. Who is involved? And for the person saying that you're confused because you just joined, okay, so my channel is all about, it's like a spiritual channel. It's all about metaphysics, and I'm talking about divination. So divination is like when you use different methods or different tools to basically get messages from spirit. So that could be tarot reading, oracle card reading, pendulum reading, stuff like that. So if that offends you and or that scares you, then you need to get off this channel. Yeah. Okay, so this is the pendulum chart. So you use your pendulum on the chart to get your answers. And this one is this chart is who's involved. So if you want to get the tea on who did what, you can use this. I haven't opened this book in a while. Oh, they even have a how to change my life. Oh my gosh. Why haven't I looked at this book? Okay, I need to look at this later. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you is this. This is my favorite. Okay, so you know how like different people have different like tarot decks? I have a couple of different tarot decks. I only have one oracle card deck. My tarot decks, like I'll get them from different places, usually from like different stores in person. I don't think I've ever gotten a tarot deck online except for once. But yeah, usually when I'm in the store and I see something that appeals to me, you know, I'll get it. And I also want to say that several years ago, a bunch of people on TikTok was saying that if you get a tarot card deck, it's not going to work unless somebody gifts you the deck. That is so stupid. Do not wait for somebody to gift you a deck. If you want to go get one, just get one. But this is the only tarot card deck that I bought online, and I actually got it from, I think I got it from Temu, just because I saw it on there and I was just like, I just want to see what it looks like. Like, I'm curious, right? So it's a Santa Muerte tarot, and I got it, and it's legit. Like none of the cards are like weird looking. You know, everything is in order, everything is in its place. It's got all the cards. Why they say it'll only work if it's given to you, I have no idea why they say that. I think somebody just made that up, and I don't know. It just kind of took off, but that makes no sense. But I wanted to show this because I got it on Temu. Temu, whatever. But this is like one of my favorite decks because reading tarot cards can be very, very difficult because there's so many of them. I think there's like 78 cards in a deck, and each card means something. And if you get the card and it's in reverse, it's going to mean something else. And then on top of that, when you look at the imagery, there's like all these different symbols and stuff. And so like learning how to read tarot can be really hard for some people. What I like about this deck is that the pictures tell you what you need to know, and it's very obvious. And it's like when you're doing a tarot spread, it literally like it tells you a story, and that's what I love about this deck. So I definitely wanted to show this off so that people can see it. And what I mean by that is let me see if I can get it. Okay, So this is a tarot deck that I don't really use a lot. Thank you for subscribing. This is a tarot deck that I don't use a lot, but it's the first one I ever got. And so like this, for instance, it says like Eight of Cups, and this is a dragon themed tarot deck. So it says Eight of Cups. So this is dragon theme. It has a dragon on there, and there's like 8 cups, right? So it's like, if you don't really know how to read tarot, you're not going to get anything from this. And that's how a lot of tarot cards are designed. But this one doesn't do that. So I'm going to see if I can like find something. So like this one, for instance, says Two of Swords, but it doesn't have any swords on there. It just has a pair of scissors, which I mean is 2 blades, but you can interpret the card from the pictures a lot better using this deck. And that's what I like about it. And it's very beautiful. Like, look at the colors on there. And just the way it's designed is really cool. This one is, I really like this one. Look at this, King of Swords. I'm not going to sit here and like show every single one, but I just think, yeah, the cards are really pretty. Oh, this is really cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this is a tower card. I hate seeing the tower card pop up. I never want to pull a tower card for my reading, but this is really cool. This reminds me of that famous picture. I don't remember what it's called, but you know that famous picture where it's like the inside of a building and there's like a bunch of staircases like leading to nowhere, and it's like really chaotic and confusing. I like how they use that as the inspiration for the tower card instead of just putting like a literal tower on there. So yeah, I love this. Okay, this is gonna be the last card that I show. This is the moon, and I really like how instead of just showing like a picture of the moon, they have this woman that's looking into the water, and she's like looking at her own reflection, but she's not seeing what she actually looks like. She's seeing a skeletal version of herself in the reflection. I just think things like that are like really cool. All right. So I love reading with this. I did a reading for myself using these cards. And like I said, they're from Temu. Isn't that crazy? But you can get these cards, like I'm pretty sure if you just go anywhere and you type in Santa Muerte Tarot, like I think you can find this deck in other places. And I think the difference between this one and the ones that you find in other places is that so this came from Temu. It didn't even come with a book. You know, most tarot decks come with like a little book. This one didn't come with a little book. All right. What else did I want to show? Okay, actually, I do have a pendulum here. I do have one. Let's see which one this is. Oh, this is my clear quartz pendulum. Clear quartz. So I haven't used this I haven't used a pendulum in a while though. Should I do a pendulum? What are the cards all about? What are the cards all about? There's 78 cards in the deck and they all mean something different. So yeah, like you can use the cards if you want to know, if you're just not sure about something, if there's just like a spiritual message that you want to receive, if you just have questions about a situation, if you need advice. So yeah, like the cards can be not, okay, are you being dense right now? It's not a game. This is not a game. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, future prediction cards. I'm sorry if I was a little spicy or if I was a little bit mean to you. I do have a little bit of an attitude sometimes. But back to the pendulums. This one is the one that I use. I haven't used it in a long time though. I've had this. I probably had this for like, thank you. I don't know why I'm so snappy sometimes and I immediately regret it. um, I feel like I've had this for like 8 years. So I feel like I want to do something for somebody that's in my life. Okay. So this is a what am I telling myself chart. We're going to see if this works. So whoever's in here and who's listening, this message is for you. So let's see if I can get this to work. This is your message. Ooh, okay. So the message that I got from this is you are lacking purpose / direction. Did that resonate with anybody? That you're lacking purpose / direction? That definitely, that wasn't a message for me because I feel like that doesn't apply to me. But somebody in this live is lacking purpose / direction. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Let's see if I can find another one. How to change my life. Let's see what this one's going to point to. Let's do this one for me. So it's like magic. So this wouldn't be necessarily magic. It's just divination. I guess some people consider that magic, but this one is feeling appreciation. Feeling appreciate. Yeah, this one's for me. This message is for me that I need to be more appreciative. So some people do consider divination to be like magic, but I don't consider divination magic because to me, magic is when you create something or when you manipulate reality. And that, you know, using divination, you don't create something by using divination. You don't manipulate reality. I mean, I guess you kind of can, but I don't think that divination is like magic. What else do I want to show? This is just like a little show and tell today. What else do I have here? Okay. This is a really good book for anybody that wants to get into learning tarot. Tarot Made Easy. That's what you do, or it's like a hobby. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a hobby, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's what I do either. It's more like it's just a part of my spirituality. It's a part of my like spiritual practice. Like, you know how some people pray? Like, I like to do tarot and like pendulums, and I like to light candles and stuff like that. But if there's anybody who wants to learn tarot, but you're having a hard time, this is a really good book. It's super easy to read, and it's just, it gets straight to the point, which I love. I always like books that just get to the point. And like it comes with, it tells you each card, what it looks like, and like the different meanings that go along with it. And it also gives you different tarot spreads, but I don't think that's really necessary. So yeah, this is just a book recommendation. And this is from Nancy Guerin. Anybody who's wanting to learn tarot, use this as a reference. And something else that I have that I've never used before, still in the plastic. I'll order one from Amazon. Are you gonna order a tarot deck from Amazon? Okay, okay. I highly recommend getting an oracle deck because, I mean, you can still get a tarot deck, but I highly recommend an oracle deck because it's so much easier and you're not going to get the book, maybe the cards too. If you get an oracle deck, it's so much easier, and I feel like sometimes when, you know, you're doing tarot, like it can be frustrating because there's just so much to learn, but an oracle deck, and this is actually a Halloween themed oracle deck. It's the only oracle deck I have, but an oracle deck will literally just give you what it means on there. And instead of like just having all these like vague cards and like symbols and stuff, like it literally tells you like this means happiness in our hearts and homes. Like it's just straight up. So I really like this. On my shop, I had really cheap oracle readings, so it's easy for beginners. Oracle cards are, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think that oracle cards are easy and they are great for beginners because like another thing that you kind of have to pay attention to when you're reading oracle cards or even tarot cards, more so tarot cards, is you have to look at the picture and you have to pay attention to like the symbolism that's in the picture. So it's not as simple as it seems. All right, this here, I've never used it, so opening it for the first time. This came free with some crystals that I bought, but this is actually a pendulum, another pendulum chart, except it has like yes, no, maybe, rephrase, and then it has the letters and the numbers on there. And you know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of a Ouija board with the letters and the numbers. Oh yeah, that's magic, bruh. Okay. I feel like magic has like a weird connotation to it. But yes, you want to see some real magic? Hold on. Want to see some real magic? I can't be on here for long. This was going to be a serious video, but I'm just not in the mood to be serious. So when you do this type of stuff, it's really hard to move from one place to the other. So I have a small little bin of stuff. I really wanted to like minimize, but I have, oh, I still have this. This is a Papa Legba oud oil that I still have. Oh, I need to use this. This is a road opener oil. There is a store called Dark Realm Online Occult Shop. That's where I got this. I have some things that I actually made myself. Ooh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite right here. Jezebel oil. Look, I'm almost out. I'm almost out. Jezebel oil. I have the oud one. It smells good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it smells, I don't know. It smells good. It's really different. It does smell good, but I like warmer, sweeter smells. What else do I have here? Oh, I have some homemade oils that I made myself. I have a spirit communication oil. I had like a big jar of this and I put it in a small dropper bottle, but I have a spirit communication oil and I actually used this recently. Let's see. This, okay, this is like one of my favorite things. So um, this is just like a love mixture. So it has all the herbs on there. So what I actually like to do is I like to pre-mix my herbs so that when I do my candles, I already have a mixture. It smells so good. I wish I had smell-o-vision so that you can smell it, but it's so good. It has like lavender, rose, catnip. This one's so good. I've been thinking about making a protection or like cleansing oil using selenite. So these are selenite crystals. So I'm thinking about using that. I have a prosperity herbal mixture that I made. And it's so pretty. Look at this. It has gold leaf in there. There's green aventurine in there. There's a mixture of herbs. I even threw a cinnamon stick in there. But look at how pretty this is. I feel like I should like make these herbal mixtures and I should sell them on my shop, but I don't know like when you ship stuff like that, when you ship like herbs and teas and stuff like that, I don't know how that affects the shipping. You know what I mean? You know what I do like almost every day, and I think everybody should do this. So when I get ready in the morning, I sit down at my makeup desk and, you know, I do my hair, I do my makeup and all of that. And I like to do a little bit of glamour magic. So I have this candle that I burn every day. It has some, I have no idea what all that stuff is. Yeah. What religion are you? If you have one. But I like to do a little bit of glamour magic. So I have my candle and I'll put like the Jezebel oil and I put it on top of a bed of roses. I have my rose quartz there. So every morning I do some of that. I spray this in my hair. I usually spray like a rose water spray. And yeah, so I do like to do a little bit of glamour magic. The thing is, you don't look like you do that stuff. That's so funny because what is a person who does that type of stuff? What would somebody like that, what would they look like? Okay, do you know the Sprinkle Sprinkle lady? Shiro 7, like she got really famous for her like romance and financial advice. She does witchcraft and she's extremely open about it, and she has a whole YouTube channel about it. Like an old grandma. Oh no. Yeah. There's a whole world out there that you don't know about. There's a whole world out there that you don't know about. Lana Del Rey is a witch. Lana Del Rey. I know you know who she is. She actually does witchcraft. So yeah, there is a whole world out there that you just do not know about. Let's see what I have here. I do have certain things that I don't show people, but I just feel like, you know, showing off some cool stuff that I like to use in my magical practice. So these are actually like some feathers that I found. This one, I think this one is like, a crow feather, possibly. I'm not really sure, but I think this one's really cool. I love this one. I found these feathers too. I don't really use this, but I think it's really cool. I've only used it like a handful of times, but look. Isn't this really cool? From an alligator. It maybe looks like this. That is not like, witches just look like regular. It's scary. Okay, so let me explain something to you. So you're probably familiar with Catholicism, people who are Catholic. When you go into a Catholic church, you can light a candle for your loved one, for somebody that you lost. You can light a candle. That's very similar to things that people do in witchcraft. When you sing happy birthday and you have the cake and you blow out the candle and you make a wish, I'm pretty sure that has roots in witchcraft. So a lot of the things that you do already are witchcraft related. A lot of those things are witchcraft related. Okay. Oh, I wanted to say, oh my gosh, I wish I would have got on here earlier and said this. This stuff like does what you want and makes things happen or what. Yeah, I mean it does. So like there's certain things like okay, so I was talking about like the glamour magic. So glamour magic is for love, beauty, favor, and that's what glamour magic is for. And I do a little bit of glamour magic almost every day. You can do things to bring in more. It works. Yes, it works. It absolutely works. But it's more complicated than just it works. Like you have to know what you're doing. You have to know like the metaphysical meaning of everything behind it. Like have you ever tried it and it worked? Okay, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Okay? So there is something called hot foot powder. And hot foot powder is something that's used in hoodoo. And it's a mixture that you make yourself. And you can use it and you can like sprinkle it on somebody's property. Or you can use it to dress a candle if you want that person to go away. Right? At one of my old jobs, I had a coworker that I absolutely hated. I took some hot foot powder, put it under her desk. The next day, she changed her schedule so that well, first she changed her schedule for like her own personal reasons, but I didn't ever have to see her. So that's like an example of like, yeah, it works. This same coworker was like, she was terrible. I'm not even gonna get into like why she was terrible and like all the things that she did because that would just take forever, but she was just really terrible. She did like really malicious, terrible things to people. She was a pretty wicked person. And I just got fed up. And so I did a little juju on her. And things started falling apart for her. Things started falling apart for her financially. Things started falling apart for her in her relationships with friends, romantic relationships, things fell apart for her. Um, Family members got sick. Her dog died. After her dog died, I was like, okay. But yeah, and all of that happened after I did my little juju on her. So yeah, like the stuff actually does work. The stuff actually does work. It does. And you have to be careful and you have to know what you're doing. So if that type of stuff scares you, then you do not need to be on this channel. But for the people, because I'm going to leave this video up for like other people to see, but for the people who already do practice witchcraft, and I really hate that I didn't mention this before. I just kind of forgot that I had it. But these are Halloween decorations, and you still might be able to find them for cheap. These are Halloween decorations. They're like little coffins. I actually got this from the dollar store. As you can see, they're just like little coffins. And if you want to curse somebody or hex somebody, you can actually use this. You can put them in a coffin. So yeah, you can, I wanted to mention that. I mean, it's still close to being after Halloween. So for people that are looking for creative ways to do things, try to get this whenever Halloween comes around. Oh, I want to mention Moonlight and Sage shop. So Moonlight and Sage is a really amazing store. I actually found them because I was following the owner on TikTok, and she made like a lot of cool videos, and she actually she already had an online store, but as I was watching her, she was working on her like in-person brick and mortar store, and she's become so successful, and I'm so happy for her. And I actually ordered online from her, and this is her love oil. And look at how pretty it looks, and it smells amazing. Do you go to school to learn that stuff or what? So there's different ways that you can learn these things. Like some people actually have an apprenticeship where they, you know, have like a mentor or, you know, somebody that they actually learn from. There are a lot of spiritual shops that have classes. There are a lot of YouTube channels out there. And if you go into any bookstore and go to the New Age or spiritual section, you will find books. So there's different ways to learn. You don't go to like an actual, you don't go to an actual like for real school or university for this though. So yeah, I really like this oil. It's like, and it smells so good. And you know what? I need it, to be honest. I need it. A little bit of self-love, a little bit of confidence, glamour magic. But yeah, Moonlight and Sage. And Moonlight and Sage actually has waist beads as well. And I did order some waist beads from her. All right, I'm probably gonna have to go in a little bit. I actually should have left like 10 minutes ago. I should have left 10 minutes ago. I'm just procrastinating because I have a lot to do. It was nice meeting Magic Lady. I gotta go to sleep. Okay. It was nice meeting you too. Have sweet dreams. Okay. I actually need to go as well. I don't know. I was just bored And I really wanted to show the pendulums, and I wanted to show some of my cards, and that was just the main, that was like the main reason that I got on here. But my Etsy shop is in the bio or whatever. There's a link to my Etsy shop. If you want a reading, or if you want some of the merch that I have on there, then it's available. But I hope you all have a good night. Bye.